Aloha, dear Star family, allowing you to check on in. We're coming with we're going to be interviewing some incredible galactic speakers. How is everyone doing today? Another beautiful day on planet Earth. How are you all feeling? We're about to do a 1 hour live. And we're going to be interviewing 5 speakers within the next 60 minutes. So allowing you all to come check on in. This is a time to get comfortable, relax, and receive a lot of galactic knowledge from all these wonderful speakers who are going to be presenting at the 2024 StarSeed Conference. If you haven't got tickets at StarSeedConference.com, and share in the comments where you're coming from in the world. We got someone from India. Wow, welcome. We got some strange weather happening for some people. Love your family. We got Gypsy Jules from South Florida, Iran in the house. This is a global affair. So we got Miami. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring in Debbie to the mix and bringing in conference Karen Fahy. Hello, welcome from UK, Indiana, Georgia, Poland. All right. Hello, dear goddesses.
Hi, guys.
Honored to have both of you.
Yeah, so excited to be here.
Great. So we have so many amazing people in the audience today, people from New Zealand, Iran, India, all over the world. And perhaps both of you, Debbie and Karen, you could give a quick introduction to the audience, and then we could just talk about this amazing event we're co-creating together in the StarSeed Conference. I'll pass the stick to, let's pass it to Karen first, because she's been co-creating this lovely event, StarSeed Conference, with myself and Althea.
Beautiful. Yes, great to meet everyone on here. I'm Karen Fahy. I am the co-producer of this event, and I will be also day of leading the closing prayer at the end.
Beautiful. And the divine Debbie Solaris.
Hi, everybody. It's great to be here. I'm excited to be going to San Diego in just a few days. Actually, I've never been there, so it'll be a new experience for me. I've heard so many wonderful things about San Diego. Anyway, I'm Debbie Solaris, and I am a ET contactee, galactic historian, galactic Akashic records guide, Ascension coach, and also a StarSeed intuitive. So, and this is the StarSeed Conference. So we're going to be talking a lot about starseeds in this conference and how to connect with your star origins and how to activate your greatest potential using that information. So that's what I'm going to be sharing in our conference on 7/7.
Lovely. Well, I'm gonna pose a question to both of you, but first I'm gonna pose it to Debbie first. I love how you shared how this information can assist us in living a better life, more beautiful life on planet Earth. Yeah. How do you relay that to individuals in the audience who are kind of new to this information? How this information is actually practical in many ways.
Oh, it is. And, you know, we have other wonderful speakers that are going to be activating using energy and using light language and sound frequencies. But I do it mostly through information because I believe that if you are able to resonate with some information that's coming through the Akashic records, this is information that can actually activate you and change your life. So just to give you an example, through the thousands of Akashic readings I've done throughout the years, I've noticed some trends with certain folks who are of specific star lineages. And one of the trends that I noticed is that a lot of Lyran starseeds might come down with immunocompromised conditions such as fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue syndrome or rheumatoid arthritis when they undergo a lot of stress in their earthly life. Once they understand why they're having these conditions, because a lot of times they'll go to the doctor and doctor will tell them, I don't understand, why you have these conditions. And then, they get frustrated because they don't know what to do to support their health. So once they're able to have that understanding of, hey, this is because of some trauma I went through during the Lyran Wars millions of years ago, they're able to process through that trauma and then be able to come on the other side of that illness or that condition. I know I personally have suffered from chronic fatigue syndrome, and I was able to eradicate it from my reality, just doing the work of understanding. Another example would be, say, somebody's having relationship problems, and then they find out they're a Pleiadian starseed, and they're wondering why are they attracting all these narcissists in their lives. And the reason for this is what I found is that a lot of Pleiadians, they see the potential in people. They love people where they're at. They see the potential. They want to support them. They think, oh, if I just love them a little bit more, they'll get fixed and our relationship will be great. And sometimes that doesn't quite happen, so sometimes they have to learn the lesson of setting boundaries and understanding that just because they're beautiful starseeds with big hearts, not everybody on Earth is the same way. So there's some discernment that also needs to be learned with that. So that's just two examples of what I'll be talking about during the conference. But and then there's also like specific personality traits, So for instance, Andromedan starseeds sometimes struggle with communication because they come from a telepathic reality, so they're used to just telepathically communicating. So sometimes when they're here on Earth, they don't really understand, why am I struggling with communication so much? And then once they understand it, they're able to work around it. Hopefully we all get to the point where we are telepathic, because I think that's just an easier way of communicating. But until then, we do have to use language, and there's ways of working around that. So anyway, that's just some examples. I don't want to take up a lot of time because I know you have other speakers to bring on, but that's what I'm going to be, a little piece of what I'm going to be sharing.
That's so beautiful, Debbie. I feel as a Palladian, I feel very seen. It's like, how do you know this about my relationship history? Very cool.
Wow.
I know you said you wanted me to answer too, Flo, but I feel like my answer is very similar to Debbie's, and actually, and how to make it practical, which it's like alchemizing that information and integrating it and knowing yourself better. I saw a really great question come in. I'd love to hear Debbie's response to it. Someone asked, how do I confirm which starseed I am?
With me, I think, and this is, obviously you can go to a person and get a QHHT session or an Akashic reading or a starseed reading. But I think the best way of knowing is just really kind of going within yourself and connecting with your guides and, seeing what star system name or what star system, reality connects with you. So for instance, you might hear the word Pleiades and you just feel this lightness in your heart, your heart chakra opening up when you hear that word. There's a likelihood, a very strong likelihood, that you're probably from the Pleiades or had a lot of lifetimes in the Pleiades. So I would say basically through meditation, through just connecting with yourself, connecting with your guides. And, our guides are, higher aspects of ourselves. They want to help us, they want to help us meet our potential and reconnect with our realities, you know. So I would say that's probably the best way to do it. I mean, if you don't have access to I don't know, you know, access to a reader or something like that. Actually, I don't even think people need readers. I think we can all access this information ourselves. So hopefully the conference will help you do that.
Oh, thank you for sharing that profound wisdom. I love everything you are bringing to our planet, Debbie. I'm so
Thank you.
thankful that you're sharing this amazing information, really connecting it to a practical level. It's funny because Karen, you're talking about how like she's breaking down your relationship, and you're talking about Andromeda, Lyra, and Palladius. I'm like, oh man, I have all these issues you're talking about right now.
Yeah, I'm an Arcturian starseed. I think I have some of those issues too. I don't know. Maybe I've been in those places as well. So, and that's pretty common with starseeds. You know, we're not only from one star system or one location. A lot of us are multidimensional souls. We've had incarnations in a lot of places. So
Right.
let's embrace all of our star origins.
Yes, that is the purpose, and we're really looking forward to you joining us at the StarSeed Conference on 7/7.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being there. And I can't wait to meet both of you in person. So it's going to be an exciting time. And what a beautiful venue also. I think the venue is also very beautiful. I haven't been there yet, but I've heard a lot of wonderful things about it. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off because I know you have other people that you want to bring on.
Yeah, thank you, Debbie. So
right.
great to hear your insights.
Okay.
See you on Sunday.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Oh, that was beautiful. How are you feeling, Karen, for the event?
So good.
On 7/7.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I mean, I love San Diego. It's about a 2-hour drive from where I am, but don't get out there too often. And I have friends out in San Diego, and ever since I started posting about this, I've heard from like every single person I know who lives out in San Diego how epic Trilogy Sanctuary is, and that it's this like, you know, hub. So I'm super excited to check it out.
Amazing. And we got the Star Brother in the building, Ishmael Perez. Wow, this
Amazing.
being I got so much love for this brother. I think it's very important for men to honor men at this time and come back to the unified brotherhood. And I'm just so honored to have you at the 7/7 conference, and yeah, welcoming you to the mix right now.
Oh, it is a grand pleasure, and I feel the same way about you. I feel like we have this ancient bond that goes all the way back to the origins of the Emerald Covenant, the Melchizedek lineages of the ancient orders and the ancient councils, which are, by the way, being restored at this time. That's what we have returned in honor of the original prophecies going back to the ancient oracles. One thing that was brought to my attention is that we're actually going to be fulfilling prophecies, whether you guys know it or not, but this huge international gathering of highly evolved souls, ascended beings that have already completed this in other lifetimes, perhaps even in other universes, who have all volunteered to help Mother Gaia restore herself back to original beauty and glory, are going to be finally meeting for the first time in person. And to me, you realize the waves, the emanations of waves that are going to be generating through that conference that is going to be affecting the entire planet is going to be monumental. And from what I was told is that it's also going to be heralded and honored by the galactic community who actually who are depending on us, guys. They are depending on us, you know. And yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful gathering of ancient souls.
Wow. I'm just like full body chills. I feel it, you know. I think of when I first started hearing about StarSeed and having people come up to me and tell me, "Oh, you're Palladian." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, what is that? And then now, you know, being so deep on the path. And I remember, the common thread that I would always hear when someone brought that up to me, and I'm like, well, what does that mean? It was always that, oh, well, you know, we are these star seeds that came here at this particular incarnation for a mission together, and we're here to find each other. It was like the same thing from so many different sources. And so when I first was invited into this project by Altea and Flo, and you know, Flo has been doing this, of course, for 4 years online, gathering people, and they, you know, posed to me, we're gonna bring it in person. It really is like, oh wow, this is it. This is what I've been hearing about. This is what we've been talking about. Even when I just hear the word StarSeed Conference, I feel like I can already feel the, you know, 10 years down the line, how big this can expand into. So thank you so much for that reflection. I feel it so deep in my soul.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. Wow. You just sent the ripples of, you put everything in perspective with those words.
Well, that's what just came through, my friend. I actually was right before my meditation. After I finish cooking, I like to self-prep now. I like to know when I'm eating. I do like a little meditation, and I was speaking to my higher self, just use me as an instrument. Whatever needs to be delivered to my brothers and sisters out there, you know, just let it come out. And so that was the message. That was the message.
Beautiful, so powerful.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I will be on the Galactic History panel with a couple other people, and I am just excited to share what I know regarding the cosmic and really intergalactic history of our multidimensional cosmic structure.
Yes, and you've written multiple books on this topic that I would love for you to share the names of your books once again to the audience, because I love supporting you.
Yeah, they're right behind me. And yes, I do use the third eye, which is the Egyptian Horus eye. A lot of people who are still kind of tainted by the religious indoctrination get triggered when they see that. But of course, us, the older souls, know what that really means. And it does have nothing to do with the Illuminati. Of course, they invert things, just like inverted the swastika. But the true meaning of the Eye of Horus, and that's why I use it in all my books, is really to trigger the activation of our third eye, which is the seat of our soul. And it, you know, when people read this book and they keep seeing that picture, it does trigger, it does activate the third eye chakra. But the name of my book, it's called Our Cosmic Origin. And what you're seeing behind me is a soft cover and hardcover. This book really goes in depth in revealing, or rather restoring, the galactic history of the Earth, but in great detail, revealing the origin of Nibiru and how it all originated with you know, Sirius B and the unification of the Council of Light in Sirius after the devastating war in Lyra. So it goes into detail, and it kind of, in a chronological order, explains the true history of the Earth, all the way from 560 million years ago through the formation of the Federation of Worlds to the present. So yeah, that book is really, really out there. I also reveal Earth's place in the grand cosmic organization of the multiverse. So it's pretty deep. You know, it's really not for someone who's barely learning about ETs and abductions and about ancient aliens. That's like fundamental, right? It's first level awakening, right? And then you go deeper into the rabbit hole. Then you learn about quantum physics and multi-dimensions. But this is really for someone who is like above all those levels, who could really grasp the in-depth, you could say, description of our cosmic structure. And then the other book was a prequel. That book is called The Secret Government, Invisible Architects, which kind of restores the suppressed history of the Earth. So what I did is, in that book, is I was able to access a lot of records pertaining to the events that took place that influenced the direction of our planet based on the battle of what I call the two brotherhoods. You have the Dark Cabal that originated in Babylon, and then you have the Melchizedek you know, brotherhood, which is the light, which originated in Egypt. And of course, later we see it resurfaced as the community of Qumran, the ancient Celtics, who were another branch of the Essenes, by the way, and later as the Knights Templars, and then of course, how they were instrumental in the reestablishment of the Constitutional Republic. So it goes really into this ancient history that we were not told about in school, obviously. So that's called The Secret Government, Invisible Architects. And if you guys want to read my books, they are available on Amazon. Just type in Our Cosmic Origin or The Secret Government. You guys could access those books, or just go to my website, www.ourcosmicorigin.com. And then you could also be part of my online discussion. I have a free forum where a lot of people like ourselves are able to come in and have, a free place to communicate whatever it is that we wished to share without any criticism, without anybody calling us crazy and all that. So I'm excited about this event. I can't wait to meet both of you and all the others.
Feeling that in our hearts. And really, I feel such a strong Egyptian connection right now amongst us three. Karen, I don't know if I've ever tapped into your Egyptian energy, but I'm like just totally feeling it. And this is a reunion from many gatherings throughout humankind, Egypt, Atlantis, Lemuria. We're just rethreading the existence. I feel like many of the old souls and galactic souls are here as star seeds to find each other and work together to co-create the new Earth. And this is what we're going to be doing in San Diego or online on 77starseedconference.com. Ishmael Perez, this man is a database, galactic wisdom and knowledge. We salute you and bow to you and give gratitude.
Yeah, wow, thank you. So great to meet you. I so look forward to meeting you in person.
No need to bow, but only to your higher self, my friends. We're all contribute. But God force be with you all, and I'll see you guys soon.
So epic.
Man.
Wow. So good. I'm getting so hyped up. I heard someone, or I read someone's question. I responded in the chat. Someone asked something really great. They said, is it going to have the same ripple for those online? And absolutely, those people tuning in online. I mean, keep in mind, we've been connecting and rippling across dimensions, like across star systems. So absolutely, the people that are going to be joining us online, I'm really excited about that aspect of it, because we only can hold so many people in Trilogy Sanctuary. And so the fact that we're able to expand out beyond that globally is so exciting.
Yes. And we got Marissa Royer, aka StarSeeded, in the building. Cosmic.
Hello. How you guys doing?
Buzzing.
Yeah, really good now. This has already been so potent, so powerful.
Good. Well, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be a part of this co-creation, and yeah, just feeling the ripple effect as Ishmael brought in of us all coming together, sharing our code, sharing our wisdom, being in the physical, and really bringing in all of that cosmic intelligence here to the earth plane together.
Could you, dear Marissa, share a little of the medicine you're bringing to the StarSeed Conference with the audience?
So a lot of what I believe and what I stand for is that we are all multidimensional beings with infinite wisdom from all of our incarnations. And we all have the capability of being these archetypes, both work, of this interdimensional wisdom. And how do we utilize all of the tools that are available to us from the ancient teachings, from the star seeds, from one another, to open up the portals of our heart, of our mind, within our own experience, to be these vehicles, to be these conduits, to be a beacon of light for humanity, not only to usher in a brighter light here, but to also be our own sources of information and wisdom. It's so beautiful to have these leaders who have touched and really anchored into their practice of downloading information from their soul star and from all of their incarnations. And how do we pass that torch to every person that comes? How can you be your own historian? How can you remember all your incarnations and apply them to your life on Earth, so your life on Earth is more dynamic, it's more my words are more purposeful and more of bringing in that ripple effect that this gathering is going to have? How can your light ripple throughout this earth plane to create the shifts that you wish to see? So I like just to spark that inspiration, you know?
Profound. I like that what you're talking about. To me, it's like everyone becomes their own historian, everyone becomes their own healer, everyone becomes their own leader. We're stepping into a freedom time, but I like to call it open source codes, where in the last cycle we had to like close the source codes because they could have been manipulated because there was so much corruption on the planet. Now it's like take all the empowerment and become your own master. This is our time. Karen, how are you feeling on
Oh
that?
my gosh, I love that. Yeah, that has been so present for me, especially in the last year, even the last 6 months. You know, I feel like we've really hit this pivotal point. I mean, you know, Pluto's gone into Aquarius officially. So it's like all bets are off. And yeah, that time where we needed to hide in the shadows, that time where we had a need for the occult to protect, it's over. It's like we are beyond the point where any information is going to be manipulated, where we're going to be manipulated. And it's time for us to become front facing, mainstream, like out there, and is part of the intention of why we selected San Diego. You know, because San Diego, it's a hugely populated area where it's a very, you know, trilogy sanctuary. He's got tons of people coming through it from all walks of life. And you know, I love the energy of the particular venue we've chosen, Trilogy. It's got this beautiful rooftop and you can see out to La Jolla, the beach. And we are downstairs in these really nice rooms, but upstairs will still be activated with a cafe and people coming to enjoy the rooftop. So we're literally like right there. We're like, hello, like if you haven't heard of StarSeed, you're about to. So I like love that.
And Marissa, I know you. I want to jump back to you. So Marissa, for Karen, if you don't know, aware or anyone in the audience, she's very connected with Sirius.
Oh, cool.
And you said there's like a Sirius alignment going on
There.
on 7/7.
There sure is, brother. So on July 5th, the peak of the Sirius Sun and Moon conjunction is occurring. So that's when Sirius, the Sun, and the Moon are all like perfectly aligned.
Wow.
So to me, that represents that our emotional selves are the moon within us, the sun within us, our identity, and our spiritual aspects, the spiritual sun, which is what Sirius was referred to in ancient Egypt, are all coming in to conjunction within the self. So that's that's mind, body, spirit right there.
Wow.
And how can we, you know that this alignment is happening within our cosmos and opening up our own cosmic connection to bring more wholesome, holistic connection between this mind, body, spirit that is a part of our human experience.
Wow.
Wow. And you know what's insane? So another reason we picked San Diego was proximity to the ocean and the whales.
Yeah.
And when I'm very serious, it's the whales. So I know you're going to be bringing some serious codes to this conference, and we got a little short time, but could you share a little taste of what serious energy is to the audience?
Usunukuya shumu oyate anaya kuya. Ia sumu uriate akaria shumu isatiarianea. Ia nana kokuya shumu oya sanaya shu sikitiriate ama. Iaria shuatea. Through the waves within our heart, through the waves within our experience, we unite through the heart, through love.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Goosebumps. Someone said, talk about goosebumps. I mean, just it reminds me to bring like another aspect to this event that is so special and so unique is the amount of powerful light language channels that we are gathering. You know, we've been talking with Altea about it. We're like, I don't think we've ever done something quite like this, of this many gathering together. And at the end, after all of the panels, we're going to do a light language circle.
It's going to be a literal sonic boom.
I'm like, when you were doing that right now, I felt like I was just like getting this little ethereal taste in my body, the feeling of the expansiveness and how all like suddenly my spine is so straight. I'm like, oh my God, this is just what 30 seconds over Instagram. Like, oh my God, take that and then take it to 3D and then times it by, 10 and exponential. It's like, whoa.
Absolutely. There's something that happens in my experience, when other channelers and when all of us activate our light language, it's like the veil of this physical incarnation and physical reality just drops, and are we open up the portal to begin to communicate to each other through a soul level, which ripples out into our own experience to then see the true pure soul in everyone. Like when that light language activates, when that vision activates, you go on in your life and you can find the purity, you can see the beauty in all things. And I think that's the big point. It's like, why do we gather? To anchor in more love and beauty into this third dimensional, multi-dimensional reality.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well said. Ooh,
Feeling
yes,
that receive.
yes. Oh my goodness. How exciting.
Well,
Yeah,
I know we're going to be bringing some whale codes, whales and dolphins codes too.
always.
Oh, Starseed, always. And just giving gratitude for you, sister. I love you so much. I feel such a resonance with your journey. I know I messaged you privately this week, but just really honor you and giving gratitude.
Likewise, brother, and can't wait to meet you both in the physical.
Yeah,
All right,
excited.
see you Sunday.
See you Sunday. Wow. This just gets more and more activating. I'm like, yeah, right? Like, oh my gosh. We have such an epic lineup. I mean, really like talk about all stars, these talks and these panels. And, in addition to all of the speakers that we're bringing on, we also have this lunar lounge. There's going to be a room that's connected to the lecture room that will have a tea lounge and some vendors and an altar. So you get a chance to step away, get a little more low vibe. And it's really nice because you'll still be able to hear what's going on in the other room.
Ground down with some tea. And we have the divine goddess, Brianna Mystic, in the house. Welcome.
Hello. Hello. How are you guys? I'm so grateful to be here.
We're buzzing. It's just a high vibe going on here.
Cool.
Right now.
Yeah, it's been a jam-packed 30 minutes so far.
Yeah, I was on just like for the last, say 5 or so minutes, and y'all were talking about Sirius, and I was like, oh, here we go. It's all starting, and it's just such a funny journey. Sorry, I'll let you guys start the conversation.
No, tell us about the journey. I want to know.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us.
So, okay. Initially, so we'll go with real star seeds here. So my initial affinity was working with the Pleiadians, with the Pleiades, and then it moved into Lyra. Lots of Lyra. And then a little bit of Arcturian, and then really heavy Syrian energy about a year ago. And it's actually the Syrian energy that ended up grounding me all the way back deep into the earth, actually. From like this whole like starseed circuit, I feel like I just underwent. And the Syrian in energy is just such a beautiful, it's like, it's dense, but it's because it's deep, and it's grounding, but it's soft, and it's really, honestly, I feel unlike the other energies that I had worked with for a long time. And so I think it's so beautifully fitting that this is like the Syrian gateway that we're just about to have right now. And I personally think that we're kind of going through an entire collective awakening again. And there's a need for actually like the basics right now, because so many people are awakening now or are about to awaken, and they need like the basics. They need basic things about healing, healing reprogramming our beliefs, you know, forgiving other people, opening our hearts. So many of us have a distorted heart space, and that's normal. It's a human thing. So when we just kind of can get back to the basics, get back to healing our hearts, get back to going outside, get back to deepening our relationships, and then we can all breathe together as one. And I don't really know where I'm about to go with this, but
I love this, Brianna. I want to share, you know, I invited Brianna because we are close friends, and since I've known her, you know, she talks about starseeds and intergalactic history, and I know I'm like, oh, she knows, she's gone really deep on a lot of this stuff more than anyone I've known. And it was interesting timing when I asked her. She was like, that sounds amazing. And I just feel like I just landed on Earth, like in a new way, where I'm like feeling really connected here. So she was like, I don't know if you're going to want that at the gathering. And I was like, no, that's hugely important. That's a really big piece of starseeds. Like, yes, we're starseeds, but we're starseeds here on Earth.
Yep.
And so we need both, right? It's like, how do we integrate? And we've touched on this with some of the other speakers. It's like, how do we take this knowledge, wisdom, experience, codes, activations, and bring them into this 3D avatar so that we can have the most expansive human life this time around.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
I tell starseeds all the time, we incarnated here for a reason. To enjoy this beautiful Earth school, to integrate the higher dimensional codes into our nervous system, and pretty much open up the ancient times of Atlantis and Lemuria, where we were multidimensional but connected to the Earth. So I really appreciate the work you're doing on that front, because without that, nothing's possible in my perspective.
Right. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. Thank you. It's such a time to be alive. I know there's so much crazy shit happening, but it's excuse my French. But this is just, you know, there's never been more access to information, where that means it's important to be more discerning than ever. Sure. But it's more free than ever, even though it doesn't feel like it. There's just more light shined upon everything in the world that's going on, which is why people are aware of it. But it's always been happening. We've just not been aware of what's really going on. So I'm really excited for this weekend. And I'm so excited that's in San Diego, because anyone that's listening or watching, San Diego, just the energy of this area it's a portal. It's like paradise. And it's just like a heavenly place, truly. I absolutely love San Diego. And if you can't make it there in real life, being there virtually, you're still going to get the San Diego energy. And so I think it's like a perfect place to host this event. Yeah. So great job.
Thank you. Yeah, I have to give Flo credit. I think that was your intuition, right? You're like, I feel like it needs to be on the coast. You're like, it needs to be somewhere close to the ocean. And now that we've landed where we have, it's like, oh yeah, it makes so much sense. And again, hits on this, like, yeah, we're starseeds gathering, but we're gathering here with the Earth. And we're right there.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm very deep into like the ancient yogis, and a lot of the Indian masters have sent their students to the San Diego region, actually, from India. And there's a master in India called Mahavatar Babaji. Some people have heard of him. He's the disciple of Paramahansa Yogananda. And how he broke down San Diego is die ego. It's where you go for your ego to die.
Whoa.
So there's like
Why did
coding
you
in
wait
literally
until
everything.
now to drop that knowledge, Mama?
I didn't want to scare people that their egos were going to die coming out.
Oh, wow.
You're
That's
reborn, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. It's not like you're dying, so you could actually become your true self.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. It's the death of the old. It's the death of it's not even real, you know? Like, it's the death of like the self that it is just was created from having so much stuff layered on you, believing that you're supposed to be this, or that you should do this, or it should be this way, or blah blah blah. When it's San Diego is where you go to give all of that to the earth,
The ocean.
to
Give it
the
back to the
ocean. Exactly. I actually went to Yogananda's I don't know if it's called a church. I don't think it's called a church. Temple?
Ashram.
Ashram, sorry, just a couple weeks ago in Encinitas.
Mhm.
And I'm going to be in Encinitas tonight, which is right by San Diego. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
such a spiritual place. Yeah.
Favorite place
Yeah.
in the world. One of my
Yeah.
favorite. And
Same.
Yogananda, so powerful that there is an ocean conservation area named after him in 2024. So I'm like, that says it all about our spiritual imprint. It ripples. And that's what we're going to be doing at StarSeed Conference. We're sending ripples to future generations.
Yeah.
So really, so grateful you're coming. So grateful, Karen, connected it all up. I feel the sisterhood, and yeah, just really thankful from the depths of my heart.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. And I'm so excited for so much light language, you know, like even though I'm a human on earth, we still use light language all the time. So I'm very excited to have it's gonna be a lot of energy, but we got this, we'll hold it. And it's gonna be so beautiful. Anyways.
It's gonna be so powerful. Thank you, Brianna. See you on Sunday.
See ya. Bye.
Yeah. Whoo! Okay. Quick breath before we get the next activation in. I'm just curious, everyone in the audience, how are you feeling? I wonder if we've had a consistent stream
I
since we
know.
started. So much love that, you know, it's easy to get distracted in Instagram world, and you're all kind of anchoring in to see all these beautiful souls coming in.
Yeah, I've been loving seeing the chat, just like so much love pouring through, so much excitement. A lot of people chiming in and just saying how excited they are to join and sending their blessings. Thank you guys. We knew that this would feel like a hype, like, you know, like we're getting hyped up, but man, I'm feeling like really hyped right now.
Me too. And speaking of hypeness, we got Natalie in the house. Welcome.
Hi guys. Thank you so much for having me.
We're honored to have you. How are you feeling for the conference?
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm sure that's what everybody says. Like everybody's excited, but I just feel like there's something very important that needs to be anchored in by doing this event. It feels very much not just oh, this isn't an event. This is like an important mission that we're on, that there's something very magical that's going to take place. And it just, I think being there in person or being there online to feel that energetic shift is really important.
That's so beautiful. Yeah, the word milestone kept coming to mind when you were saying this. It really feels like this important milestone for us as a collective and us as a community.
Yeah, what you were saying is really powerful, and they had me almost have light language coming out because your words, just the frequency of them is really strong. Because I think that, yeah, like you said, that it's an important milestone, and what it feels like is the frequency. Gaia's on her own ascension journey, and as we are anchored into that grid within her, like we're able to start shifting, and this big shift is about to happen. And I can feel this is an important step. It's almost like, you know, when you put up a tent and you have to put in the like pins on the edges to kind of like secure the frame of the tent before you like pop it up. This is one of those cornerstone pieces that needs to be anchored in so we can just pop it right up. So magical.
I know. I was gonna say, I feel like this is the pop-up moment. This is like we've been anchoring, we've been planting the seeds, and this is the moment we're all coming together. Which I love the tent analogy because it is, you know, you think about it's a tent. If you got 4 people, it's gonna be a lot easier, and you all pull back. That's how you create that expansion.
Yeah.
Pop. So it is definitely about to pop off.
Absolutely. And you can definitely feel it as like we're getting together, we're doing our little meetings, we're getting ready, we're syncing up. And each time we do these things, it's another step, like almost in that ladder rung heading up, right? So it's a very like excited doesn't even touch it really. It's like excited times a million, but it's an important task that I think we've all come together. We've all kind of received this call and we've all kind of been drawn and pulled, and it feels like we're all really on the same wavelength and within the same frequency as Gaia shifts, and we all link up and we all kind of just step into a higher place. It's important.
Wow.
Oh, I'm feeling. I love the tent analogy. How we all have to like hold corn to bring it to life. I'm getting to know you. I would love for you to share some of the about yourself to the audience who are getting to know you too, and some of the codes that you're bringing to the conference.
Absolutely. Actually, can I just light language first?
Please.
So
Please.
I do multi-dimensional channeling, but it's if I start talking about myself, it's gonna flip to light language because there's just so much energy. So I'm just gonna light language a little bit, and it will be English light language so that those that are not familiar or aren't understanding or just aren't feeling, they can understand what's going on as well.
Okay, so let's all receive this, family. So wherever you are, just get comfortable, and stage is yours, dear one.
Absolutely. So what I'm going to have everybody do is just take a nice deep breath in, hold, hold, and let loose. Exhale. Oh. Take another deep breath in. Hold. Rekoe, te kia koe kia koe kia te kokoe kia te shukumuna hia hia kia te shukyut kuyot kia te kia. Praia te kia te kokia nai hia kia te shukua hia kia shmoya. This is the keeper of the land and space that's coming through. So the area that we're going to be in is an energetic hub. Praia te koe hia te moe hia te shukua hia ka hia koe. They're being welcomed into that space. Pramoe kia te akoia hia te shukuhuia na yua kia te popoe. Raya tiuko moe hia te shh. There's a gentleness and an ease that's there. As that keeper of that space holds almost their hand out as we stand in their center of their hand, almost like it's their heart. So this allows us to place our hearts in unison at a time where we can all come together. So that creates a huge, expansive energy, uniting all our hearts into that area at the same time. So the keeper is just thanking us for coming into that space with open and loving hearts in order to help that expansive energy grow. There's so much appreciation for us coming together. There's some acknowledgement that we are sacrificing pieces of our 3D life to come into this place, to serve in this way. And if we use our human vessels, our bodies, we allow the energy to move through us. So they're just acknowledging the service that we provide and the support of the collective, and the collective coming together in unison in this way. And the powerful words that we have. Thank you very much to the keeper for coming forward, and we're honored to be able to serve in this way. I think I speak to all of us when we're like, how else will we spend our time? That's exactly what we want to do. So thank you guys.
What a beautiful invitation, prayer, like a deep prayer. And thank you so much. I see you, Sistar. I'm just getting to know you, but I see I see you. I recognize you, and
Uh,
you're bringing to our collective StarSeed Conference.
absolutely. Well, thank you so much. And yeah, just a little bit about me. I am a trauma therapist. I trained for 20 years thinking I was going to be like, that was where I was at, like the trauma therapy I wanted, just deeply to help people. And then I had my own trauma in the workplace, and I started realizing that the nervous system can be altered, it can be changed. It's not locked in with the trauma that you experienced. And so with that, it started the rabbit hole of emotion code and learning about how to heal by removing feelings and how those feelings are going through our bodies and create almost like blockages and pains throughout our body, and that how that is then also linked to the quantum field and how we can travel through the quantum to change our experiences and reshape some of the things we've felt, and that in turn also changes our future. So I had this gifted to me by my spirit team called Wasamali, and that's what they do. They help me help more individuals step into their original blueprint by removing things from their nervous systems, and allowing more soul fragments coming back, more of that original soul mission. And it's just magical stuff. So I always knew I wanted to be helpful. I didn't know exactly what that was going to mean. And then I found this and I was like, this is exactly what I need to be doing.
Wow. Wow. I just have to say, Natalie, I've already felt so connected to you just looking at your Instagram, and I've been excited to meet, but now, wow, I'm so excited to chat with you deeper about this. I got my degree in psychology and then worked in the autistic special needs field for many years, became a speech therapist, and my last placement was working with children of trauma, working as a speech therapist, serving that population. And 2 years ago, stepped away from speech therapy to dive deeply into, I have multiple different projects, but all in the spiritual space. And so to hear what you're talking about is, going from trauma care to really like multidimensional trauma care, which is sort of like a niche that I found myself in as well in some of my services. So listening to your description of it, I'm like, wow, I don't think I've ever heard anyone describe it in like the way that I've been experiencing it. So what a gift to get to gather and explore what we're here to co-create. This is the whole idea, right? This is the whole idea of the StarSeed Conference.
I'm so happy. Well, I hope so many people take the opportunity to come out because it is honestly just, it feels so powerful. So I would hate for people to miss and be like, man, I should have went to that.
Especially when it's online too.
Yeah.
It's online too, so no excuses.
All right. Well, thank you again for having me, and I look forward to meeting you both. Very honored and excited.
So grateful. So much love your way.
Thank you.
Thank
Oh,
you.
that was very grounding.
Wow. Yeah, it's so wonderful to feel and experience the different channels, the different flavors of light language, and experiencing that. It's so each person has their own unique energetic codes, and it feels so good to get to experience all the variety.
Well, we have another divine soul in the building. Kirsty.
Hello. Hi.
Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing on this fine day on planet Earth?
Very, very, very good. It was actually just like right before I joined, there were a whole bunch of birds that flew in and started chirping.
Oh, cute.
Just like raising the vibration. It's really amazing. Yeah, I'm super excited. So excited to be in San Diego and to meet you, Flo, and to see you again, Karen, and to see everybody that's going to be attending. I just feel like what Natalie was saying, like all this light language just wants to come through right now.
Well, we want to let it out. We don't want to hold you back in any way. So you're welcome to answer this question or just let light language out. But I will share, speaking with you, you've shared some amazing stories of working with the Arcturians. And I think light language is going to be Part of me is just like, let the light language out. But
Yeah,
this divine soul works a lot with the Octurians, and you bring them with you where you travel.
yeah, very much so. They're like very, very, like, as soon as I started on this trip, especially coming from Thailand, coming to LA, they've just always been around. Very, very visually can see them and feel them as well. So yeah, let, let's see. So if everyone just wants to breathe in unconditional love with every inhale, and breathing out any stagnant energy, and having a light smile on your face. Kuyana ayana, kiyana ayana, kuya ayana, kuyana ayana, kuyana ayana, kuyana ayana, kuyana ayana, kuruto sitiana. Greetings, dear ones. We are very excited for this 7/7 event. There are so many star seeds coming together to join and raise the vibration of the planet here. So many wonderful activations and downloads, and reuniting with Star Family, and new knowledge to be shared as well. Kuyana ayana, kuyana ayana, kiyana ataya toro tositiana. Feeling the shift in vibration here. Allowing and breathing back into the present and into the now. Beautiful.
Little birds
Beautiful.
chiming in too.
Oh, they always like to come in, yes.
So cute.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I just feel like there's so much unconditional love around me right now.
Soaking that all in. It was very soothing and calming to the spirit.
Yeah. How's everyone doing?
Flo and I are so lucky. I mean, we're like an hour in and we've gotten 3 light language, right? Yeah, 3 light language upgrades in an hour. So no complaints here.
Yeah, but so perfect for Kirsty to end this journey, because you're just like, you're putting like a nice bowl on top of 1 hour lives.
Yeah, and Kirsty, you'll be on the StarSeed Alliance panel, right? You'll be there at the end. Really looking forward to that. Do you want to share? I mean, you just obviously showed what you some of what you do, but do you want to share a little bit for those who are watching about who you are and what you offer?
Yeah. So I'm a light language and multidimensional channel, quantum healer, and Akashic Record and Galactic Guide. And my starting into this world was very much through the practice of Reiki. So I did my Reiki training, and it was really from a place of, back when I was doing it, wanting to help to heal myself and seeing how the profound shifts that I had. I came from a corporate background, finance background, and shifting very much into something that was at first so unknown, but feeling the momentum and knowing of how much, like, just how much it's helped people, and to really just change their lives through so many different healing modalities, through tools and through light language, and to really just shift people onto their highest timeline. It's like I just can't stop talking about it and sharing, and like, it's just, I'm just so passionate about sharing that and incorporating light language and telling as many people as possible about light language, because I've just seen shift after shift after shift in all areas of people's lives. Like, you don't have to necessarily go into energy healing and do that as a career, but when you're looking at everything from a whole, and using these tools, it just assists and up levels your entire life. So that's a little bit about my background and what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So
go ahead, Flo.
Yeah, so in agreement. I have to constantly remind myself, if you're on this journey of life, you go through adversities every now and then, to use light language, and it just shifts the field, like, boom, carry on, like, it's just like, go on. It's like the quickener. And I really am so grateful that this technology is coming back to our planet right now to assist us.
Yeah.
What's so beautiful about light language to me is it's sort of like gravity. You don't have to believe in it for it to affect you, right? And my own journey with light language is, I had some exposure to it and was like, oh, this is interesting, like more intrigue than anything. And I love the fact that we have so many different channels, such a variety, because light language is going to be, it's so personal to the person that it's coming through. And I do believe that there's, certain channels that are going to activate you more at different times. And so allowing that exposure, it's like increasing the chances that those matches are going to happen. Because for me, I was, again, intrigued at best with light language until the day I heard a light language channel and was like, whoa, like, what's happening, And again, it's like, it's this undeniable, like, gravity is gravity. You're going to fall, like, whether you understand it or not. And this is what I love about light language, is it invites you in and can make a skeptic a believer, because there's no denying what's happening in your system.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's like light seeds, little sprinkled light seeds. It's like they'll maybe hear it, and then it'll all just be like, whoop, they'll come right back. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It is amazing. The first time I was exposed to it was a long time ago in this lifetime, was 2010. And there was a channeler in Vancouver, Canada, that you know very well. Her name was Joy Hemphill, and she was like an old school channeler. She looked like I don't know, like the old school typical channeler. And there's this language coming out of her, and she kept saying, I don't know what this is,
wow,
but I just share it with you. And I was like such a sensitive being that I'm like, I'll happily be your guinea pig for this language, and I'll tell you exactly what it's doing. So she put me on a massage table, and she started speaking the light language codes. And, back then, I mean, even to this, if you first get exposed to it and you're not really used to this world, you might get in your mind a little like, what is this? So here I am in 2010 on the table, and she's speaking it, and my whole body started to reorganize, reconstruct. And I had, after that experience, I remember hitting like a oneness with the universe. that I've never experienced in my life. And this is the power of light language. I want to thank these old school channelers for bringing the energy into the planet so we, as the current Starseed collective, can amplify it more. And I sense that the kids, they're going to be born with light language. And maybe it's already happening.
Yeah.
But it's only a matter of time, because that's the trajectory we're at. So we are all connected, and this StarSeed conference is paying homage not just to our generation and collective, but all the beings on planet Earth who have kept this flame of integrity alive. So we, whether we're on the stage, whether we're listening, or in the virtual, can be at this time where planet Earth restores back to its glory. And I just have like such deep honor and gratitude for this moment. We've all came a long way on the soul journey, and just so honored to co-create with you all, and looking forward to an amazing event on 7/7. Are there any closing words, Karen, before we close
Yes,
this off?
yes, I'd love to say a few closing words and a prayer. First of all, I just want to, can we all just take a moment and acknowledge Flo, StarSeed Codes, for making this possible, for your vision, for bringing and anchoring these codes down to earth, for answering the call, and for trusting Altea and I to come on and co-create and co-produce this with you, and for trusting all of us as these co-creators that sit on this panel. We're really coming together and rallying around Flo, who had this vision and knew that this was needed at this time. So let's just have a moment and breathe into that and send some love and gratitude to Flo. One more, just filling your heart with love and gratitude, feeling the vastness of this event and what it means for the collective. Breathing out love and gratitude. Bowing our heads gently in prayer. Benevolent ancestors, archangels, spirit team of all those who have tuned in, and all those who will be gathering at Trilogy Sanctuary and online with us on this Sunday, 7/7. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your presence. We call upon you to send your blessings that are most potent with the pure intentions we are weaving in our hearts. May this be the ping, the call to all those who will ascend into their highest alignment or maintain their alignment with self by being attracted and attending this gathering, whether they arrive in person or tune in online. We are setting the intention and sending out the call that all those who will be served by the medicine that will come through on the 7/7 portal at Trilogy Sanctuary will be magnetized and drawn in to RSVP, to meet the call, to gather together. And may this be a milestone for us as a collective, for the starseeds who are already awakened, for the starseeds who are awakening, and for all those who are yet to even hear the word starseed. May this be a milestone that when we look back, we will know this was a moment, a pivotal shift in the energetics of the planet, allowing us to anchor in more love and more light down onto this planet Earth and continue on the mission that we have been sent here to achieve for lifetimes. May this be a marker where our access point and our connection to the multidimensional light energy will be broadened, allowing us to anchor in more of these codes and integrate them at a deeper level than we have ever experienced as 3D humans incarnated here on Earth. Deep breath in to affirm. And out the mouth. Gently blinking open the eyes. Thank you all so much for being here.
That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for organizing. I'm so excited.
You're so welcome. I'm so we just not that long until we're doing the closing prayer on 7/7 portal, and I'm so excited to see how this all comes together, and the people that we meet I know are going to be new lifelong friends.
Absolutely.
Oh, I guess we're closing off the circle for
now, but we will see you on Sunday. StarSeedConference.com to RSVP. Please join us online if you can't make it out to San Diego. And if you're thinking about coming to San Diego, please do not wait. We are very likely going to sell out. There's only so many spots there. And we have sold quite a few of the tickets. So please don't wait. Don't regret it. Don't message us and say, I waited and now I can't get in. Just go. You know you want to be there. RSVP and we'll see you there.
Love you, fam.
Bye.
Love you, fam. Have a beautiful rest of your day.
See you on 7/7.
Bye, guys.
Bye.